What's good, everybody? What's goody good was Hood. I'll tell you what's Hood. Who's on presently? It's always Death Unites as Kano. Early on, Kano is just kind of always going to be on. Square Enix is doing a Forspoken thing, but I don't really give a shit about Forspoken. Like, who here cares about Forspoken, man? That's what I want to know, actually. Come on, let me hear myself. Oh, I've only been on for like 20 seconds, but I don't know anybody who's actually interested in that, so I guess Square is kind of fighting for their motherfucking life to promote this game, because if they don't, they could be eating a lot of money this fiscal year. This was a game that was supposed to come out spring of last year, and now it's, I don't know, coming out tomorrow. You need so much to make this thing run, and ultimately it's going to cost like a, let me not talk crazy, they gonna eat money off of this thing. Luminous engine is kind of not looking too good with this game. I mean, I appreciate the fact that it's a game engine that doesn't make everything look coated and lubed the way Unreal Engine 4 makes everything look. But it just looks like Final Fantasy 15's gameplay when you switch to like Ignis and Prompto and Gladio and some of that. You're not as deep as what you can do with Noctis, but you oscillate every time you switch elemental affinities, and I guarantee you it's not as interesting as in execution. It's pretty weak sauce. Am I speaking in millennial voice? Apparently the world setting is not that good. It's hyper limited. Phoenix Pinion, okay. I never actually picked that up before. IFA, okay, let's see. I could be playing card games with these guys, but I'm not too worried about that. It seems like it's good that they released it around this time, because they don't want the next fiscal year to look bad. They probably want this fiscal year to be the one where they have to say, okay, we messed up here, but this is how we can improve, and kind of continue plugging NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Which only a year worse than 2020 was 2021. And these guys have a 2021 mindset. You know, people who are still mentally stuck at 2020, they think that we're in a happening event, and we're not anymore. We're in 2021 mindset, stuck, obsessed with hyper individualism and becoming a corporate stooge, thinly veiled as becoming independent. Just like a less successful, less upwardly mobile stooge. They got the Kami Coochie cutters from Street Fighter. Yeah, I'm curious to see, like, I appreciate how Luminous doesn't make everything look lubed up like all these Unreal Engine 5 games that have released in the past 5 years or so. But it's still a game that, and I don't know, feels like it's a relic of the PS3 era, even though it was made for PS4 era type games. It does not look good. I will assure you on that. Also, the debt ceiling is super high right now. It's at its peak in this country, and they're taking emergency measures that can really only last until June 5 of this year, and then they gotta come up with a strategy. What I can glean from that, we're still effectively being the main benefactor to a proxy war at the moment. And that's not going to end anytime soon. So... just from the 2021 period, they were already thinking of, like, looking into our bank account transactions for anything over $600 or whatever, to see if they can, you know, tax us on that. And stuff like that is what got people so invested in things like crypto and NFTs, kind of taking advantage of our instinct to cherish our possessions and hold on to them indefinitely, our unique possessions, not just having a copy of a thing, but that thing itself. Because with all the mass deplatformings of assets that we've been seeing lately, people are more nostalgic and sentimental about possession. I didn't mean to do that. Steal. Really, you suck. Come on, Zidane. Is that how you gonna do me? They really want me to use fire, but when I think about that, because we're still giving out a lot of money to countries that are effectively fighting proxy wars for us. We're going to continue to be doing that. Stop. And that aid is pretty often, and it adds up. there's a lot of us that are actually being mass employed, underemployed, and kind of ending the workforce. It seems like the 2020s are kind of a catalyst point for everything wrong with the 2010s. And what I'm seeing from a lot of people on my side of Twitter is that instead of pointing this out as being problematic, they're in favor of it because they see being genetically better than struggling right now, so... Well, when I think about that, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Alright. Because people have been predicting 2021 is going to be the year of the super recession, same with 2022. It seems the economic happening might happen in 2023. It's nothing so Hollywood-like, but it is incredibly depressing. Think about the ramifications of things like this. Depressing in the sense of makes people want to retreat into comforts. Because they may not have like anything else left. That's an unfortunate truth. In this game that I'm into, upcoming games and this type of fictional media that is becoming extremely expensive to release, it's starting to become like a fixture of our needs because should I save? I'll save here, because I started on the other file. I'm going to be more careful of doing back and forths. We're consuming all these like different types of fictional medias right now that are kind of helping us in terms of escapism, and that's what Tobey Maguire described the would-be Spider-Man 4 as, escapist media, and we're in dire need of it, but it's becoming so expensive now. Like, these things need billion-dollar box offices due to all the CG just to break even. Excellent damage. If I did fire, this girl would be dead. Okay, how are you gonna retort? Alright, you can just get out. See if they guess strike first, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna wait and see what the other guy does. Because Vivi is just way too close to death. See, that would have been the end of his chapter, that roll right there. So these expensive movie projects, the reason I bring it up is like, we're living in such black pill times that people kind of need an escape, but the type of escape that we depend on takes 5 years to produce, needs $1 billion of revenue just to break even, and in addition to not being that good, so people are getting kind of tired of it because it's repetitious. It's just has multiple factors of unsustainability and the stuff we consume in terms of media, drugs, all of that. Like, it's not a sustainable situation. Okay, let's see. Let's head right. So I gotta be careful with how I hit these buttons. I'm not gonna heal Quina. Okay, let me not mash like crazy. Accidentally miss. It's a cloudy day. I don't like that because it makes streaming harder. Go ahead, do that on him. Alright. Well, thankfully that queue process was started when Quina was still dead, probably. So when you know that, you can take advantage of the queue system to avoid downed characters from being killed again, which happens in a lot of RPGs. This is gonna kill the shit out. Look at that damage. So I don't need to do this to get the trophy because I already got the trophy. So I'm just doing this because I don't want to feel the guilt of letting these guys die. Alright, just seeing if they hit Queen, which they don't, so that's good. Oh, I accidentally did frog drop instead of pumpkinhead. Hopefully that time I did Pumpkinhead. Because normally I'm always doing fucking Frog Drop. Because that's just so busted. Okay, so Sir Fratley. So he catches them lacking. I think also like all the proxy wars that we're fighting that we have to like be the benefactors for because we can't participate in it directly, that's gonna be difficult to sustain. And I've seen so much aggressive war propaganda on like, you know, the side of like nerd Twitter in general that I'm actually a little disappointed. And people that normally usually like speaking about this stuff, that I really don't. That was going to be something where they'll eat their words, and it's looking like once we exit the spring, they probably will. Unless this turns into another nothing burger. which I doubt it will this time around. Collapses, but things downwards at catalyst. This guy, Fratley, is an amnesiac. This is such an interesting plot point that goes nowhere. So, a dragoon, effectively. I mean, Final Fantasy II kind of introduced the dragoon concept and it was bossed on there, but I don't know what pen and paper RPG dragoons come from, or fantasy novel in general, but Dragon Knights are just such a badass concept. In gameplay, just the jump feature is super fun. Even Crisis Core was fun. This like recurring joke of Puck just bumping into VB. Is this supposed to be funny, or is this supposed to be like kind of like fucked up? Like, watch where you're going. Busting this guy's little kid's ass and shit like that. How did she get there? I guess she probably did her warp thing. So I'm gonna have a little fun with her. They pull off a Final Fantasy X and give you some swagger. Phoenix Pinion. Generally, I'm still as Blackpool as I used to be in the past, but I'm more prudent with it. I don't just like make big statements because I prefer to analyze the situation. Nymph card. Zoo card. Okay, so we got a little bit of swag. Oh, hold on. I should have probably spoke to that Moogle, but then again, it's probably the same Moogle. Yeah, there's something therapeutic about these fights just because I can just go crazy on her. It's the illusion of a scripted battle. Oh wow, this battle is dragging. Alright, I got a Phoenix now. She's doing her thing. Alright, now I can just go OD. Just violate. Alright, just go hard. See, like, you see all these hard-ass hits I'm doing? Alright. The one person who had the health to take that hit still does, actually. Oh, maybe it's a Dawn on a good roll. See, that stuff is so fun. Someone always ends up in trance from that move. That just comes across to me as like a Heartless Angel type technique, just putting everyone at 1 HP. By the way, this would probably be super difficult without Queen. But Pumpkinhead I just violated with. But even like them extra punches would have been nasty, or at least White Wind if I use it. I ain't dealing with that shit. That's what Queen is. It's time. So she gets her little bijou dama. Odin just looks so apocalyptic here. the most badass thing ever. I guess Chariot is descending freaking horizontally. What is the Poochie from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with Sea Moon as a stand? I still really like JoJo Part 6. Because this would be the equivalent of if Zach was pissed because he didn't get as much praise as his glory hound ass wanted for participating in the war in Wutai because of Soldier's bead unit and all the technological advances that also contributed in that war effort. Except here she's acknowledging that she's just blindly following orders and that she's not taking agency. And you're fucking up when Steiner, of all people, tells you that you're way too... Like, we talk about war criminals and attribute it to, like, anyone who can participate in an imperialist war, or kill someone, that counted, honestly, because that was not something that was justified or prompted any way. That killed civilians, innocent people. Yeah, Queen Brahme is out of pocket. I don't know what Kuja said to her to make her like this, because supposedly she was actually quite kind as a elephant mom. I could have gone even harder if I wanted, evidently. Auto potion. Is that gonna yield any benefit to me? Actually, yes it will. I was moving like I had controller drift. This is who I was looking for. Okay, so I messed up. I should have spoken to the removable. I'm trying to talk to VB, but... What the hell? I just phased through him. Oh, he's tripping over something. That looks like something Will Smith would do in a buddy comedy. Legal show. I'm trying to character build right now. I'm not trying to do anything else. Dr. Umar Johnson talks about nation building. I'm character building. Okay, off. I was just doing it as a joke. Don't. I'm stripping you off everything. So people get the 10,000 trophies thing here, and with auto potion you can actually pull it off. Which I gave my auto potion equipment to Zidane. But thankfully I don't have to worry about that. Why am I stealing with this guy? I should be fighting. Oh wow, this is terrible. Leave that shit. I'm not gonna waste HP. Yeah, that blood sword saved my life. Again, this is because I stripped the other dude of all his equipment, so he's a little squishier now, but... See, Bloodsword saves my ass. Good thing you get a decent pool of items in this game. It's not stingy with the Phoenix Downs and the Ethers like some of the older Final Fantasy games are. But yeah, equipment definitely matters. As you can see, stripping Marcus turns him into a complete wimp. There's an optional boss we can fight here, but it's a little too early for that. I like how casual this exchange is. So there's an optional boss you can fight here, but it's not worthwhile to participate in. Alright, hold on, let me... Queen's Chamber. I'm not gonna play around with combat this time around. The Queen's room is in the 3rd floor. And Pluto Knight. Any like place to get some treasures? Before I go through there, let me... I'm not going to try to fight the optional boss, but there is something I am curious about. Even though he's at the lowest level, he's still our hardest hitter. Respect to Steiner. I like using Steiner as a character, but again, I have my main, which might include him in this playthrough because of the side quests that I'll be participating in for the Platinum. Okay, so there was no treasure to be found. That place was just locked. Yeah, I lament the loss of interiors in a lot of these games, including this one. If you compare it to like Final Fantasy VII, that game had so many interiors. It was just a treat to play that game. Alright. Equipment, blood sword. Even though this is super powerful, am I gonna give up the heals? I think I am, actually. What else is giving me fire? Okay, this is, I'll be making a couple of changes real soon. Ring. I could use another coral ring, honestly. Look at how inefficient I'm playing this. Inefficiently as hell. Like, I'm still a little halfway too late. I'm doing this like lackadaisically. I ain't stressing about shit. Kind of wanted to go the wrong way first. So you actually want to steal something from one of these guys. Okay, so I didn't steal the thing from the other guy. Not in the sense that Garnet is dead, but that they extracted the stuff from her. She's just under a sleep spell. guess Princess Garnet. There's like a really good thing that I could have gotten from stealing from the blue guy. But I was only focused on the red dude. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna say here. So let's check this other side. See what we missed out on. So that's just... No, that Treno shortcut. The Underground Railroad, essentially. That actually literally is what it is. Wait. I'm not tripping now, am I? Yeah, I'm tripping, I think. Really quickly now. I didn't get anything from that? For shame. Alright. I guess if I want to get that dark side ability, I'm gonna have to really work for it. Because I think I'd rather have like that extra attack. He's such a concerned father, which is something that I respect. Yeah, his character arc is a little obvious, but there's something wholesome and chungus about it. Kind of reminds me of Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. You know, I should have put on like the partisan now I think about it. I think that's a spear. Okay, so we don't got Queen of our side, so I can't use Pumpkin Drop. But I'm still going to make stealing my priority here. This is still the most therapeutic fight sequence in the game. I'll take advantage of the Q system. think I was messing it up. Okay. Good thing she has guard. Alright, let's see. Nice. Since he only does single targeted stuff. I'm not too worried about what she can do. Oh, I got timed out. I have a name for this next one, Clem Hazard. I mean, that's what she said she was gonna do. Yeah, she wasn't just kidding. Bro, you thought the queen was just fucking with y'all? This is the quickest face turn. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Freya. I mean, she's culpable in the destruction of Cleyra and Bermesia as well. So you can still do right by Dagger, but you effectively by two kingdoms. That's freaking the miscontinence, you know, political sphere. I mean, Treno and Dolly are just regular settlements with like a noble class and poor, but it's effectively super connected to Alexandria anyway. As well, it's kind of like this backwater village connected to that. Yeah, we're doing it again. We're getting her as far away from you as possible. So what? Of our party, she's still pretty strong, but Thunder Slash. Look at this shit. She's got some nasty skills, but what the hell is this? So what level was she at anyway? I don't know, but they really don't want to give us anything. At least we're filled to the brim. Like, we got a little bit of a rest while talking to fucking Beatrix. I wonder if I can go through there. I could use another meal, by the way. I haven't eaten since 5 a.m. Alright, we all got blessed up right there. Well, I guess we'll never know what's on the other side of that. Anyway, equipment. Ice staff. I do want sleep. I want sleep. I won't need sleep, but I want it. Is there any other way for me to get sleep? Like a ring, mug. dark side. Ability, Kashusa. I guess I'll put this on. Okay, this guy finally came through. Bandersnatch. I probably don't need to use fire. Probably benefit from using something else. Okay, just don't hit VB. That was actually really good. Chemist, locomotion, antibody. I'm really gonna have to grind up these characters. Give them abilities that I need. I like how you weren't there, but you kind of like still know the rundown of what happened. kind of turn that around. Are you gonna be autofilled or it's an E flat at this lady? Alright. Awesome. Clitoris hazard. So she has some nasty skills with her, but you know, in terms of like how much of a beating she could take, she ain't it. She's kind of equal to us both, like a bunch of nasty ass skills that we could eventually get. See, they had to auto-refill you because that first one actually can cost quite a bit of resources. Psych and... I guess like Holy Knight, she's supposed to be like a paladin or something. Holy Sword. It's a little weird to think about, but she is sort of meant to be this like Dark Knight character. What is going on with this truck? Is that the engine? Yeah, it's weird as hell. It's like there's two tracks playing at the same time. It's a little disorienting. Oh, Blank is back. So I guess that's the end of that quest line. Mystery. Well, he's been kind of stiff for ages, so his muscles must be like tense as hell. I like how she's the one asking this question when she's the one who went to Treno from this way. From Treno to this way. It's a two-way trip. So many boss fights in this section of the game, it's actually kind of annoying. I guess this is supposed to be the dramatic midpoint of Disc 2. Adamant vest. If I had Blizzard, I could probably do something good with this. Alright. I'm making getting sleep my priority though. Oh. If you attack while its tail is up, it'll counter with its laser. Let's see the damage difference. Okay, it's actually a little significant. This is something that could probably get you if you accidentally just blow all your load on like turns. Okay, so it'll get stopped by the time it gets back with that. So let me see if it can stack twice. Focus. Like if it does 1,000 or something. Oh wow, that is a dramatic stack. That doubled the would-be damage. But he was always fumbling around and stuff. So that thing must have got its fighter's second wind, or if not that, then maybe maybe that was just his cousin. Oh, Visual Works Studio at it again. So, weirdly enough, this lady was actually designed to be ethnically similar to the Hawaiian population. Lani. Part of that is because a portion of the development in this game actually took place in Hawaii while Sakaguchi was working on the Spirits Within, or he would have probably called it Hawaii. Like Tulsi Gabbard and whatnot. Pinnacle Rocks. That text right there is kind of... I've never seen that one before. But I don't recall that one. It's so generic looking. Sounds almost like a liquor. Back in the day, people used to really hate Zidane, but I think if you just read his voice kind of like a puppy who's hyper attentive, it can be annoying. Hey, don't worry, the Tantalus guys are with them too. It's almost nightfall, they're probably in Treno by now. Like, if you read him like that, all these questions and kind of like how he's like breathing on your neck with thirst and horny energy, then yeah, he can be a bit annoying. But if you kind of just read him more as a Lockhold, then it's different. Rama. Like the Hindu deity. Similar to Shiva. So this one is actually a Final Fantasy II test. If you recall correctly, Let's Play Final Fantasy II in the past. You know, when I think about this game, I think about Necroscope 86's LP. Like, he got rid of in his channel back into 2020s, and he only dumped like the last bit of his 2017 content in 2019. Once upon a time, Freddy Free small countries fought together against an empire. One day, a rebel troop visited a man named Joseph, who lived with his daughter. Owing debt to the troop, he gladly accepted their plea for help. They held for a cavern in the snowfield. Okay, so that one is kind of easy to piece together what that should be. It's called Beginning. The Beginning. I think Queen Brahme is up to something, but I suspect Princess Garnet is even more. Koopa. She might leave home soon with a prince on a white horse. Maybe that's just my imagination. In the beginning. That shit is that shit could probably put me on a list saying that, but I just like it so much. In the beginning. Alright, let's see. Adamant vest. Okay, so stone killer. Alright, let's see. I'm almost about to get started on Blizzard Road, which I need because everything is weakened to ice in this game. Mithril vest, more pieces of armor. So yeah, it's too bad I didn't really get that good staff, but whatever. The fact that they didn't report Joseph's death to his daughter was indicative of their guilt for failing to protect him. In the end, heroes are also human. That's human. Okay, so I got the last one and the second one. This is like the one good story section from Final Fantasy II. With Joseph's help, the troops defeated the Adamantoids in the Snowfield Cavern and acquired the goddess belt they needed. It's weird that I had to look at the wiki to realize this was a reference to Final Fantasy II. Considering how often I've played Final Fantasy II, on their way home, they fell into a trap set by the trailer. Joseph gave his life to save the troop. The troop left without Joseph's daughter, Nellie. About the tragedy, okay. Nellie, man. I do think that's funny that that's the name of his daughter. I'm using the in the beginning term. Voice. Yeah, this game with 3 party members is just way too stiff with it. Alright, just go after the same cat. In the beginning. Alright, there you go. I'm not gonna be the guy who just says memes all the time, but that one is just such an Instagram staple, and I'm kind of on an Instagrammy mood. Oh, hey, what can I do? I'm gonna be that asshole who quotes memes all the time. That's what I'm gonna do. Magic defense I need up above everything else. Auto potion. Yeah, get yourself an auto potion. We need an auto life and auto haste to really just complete our build, but it's a work in progress. Character building in this game. Character building is a whole mission. Mithril armlet. I like the bass in this. It almost feels... Is it a fretless bass? Alright, come on. Bug killer. That I'll just need make her so squishy. Rarely do I think about stats like that, but I guess I'll make an exception here. Alright, yeah. No, I just realized I've been focusing so much on like the actual story and not the title. Yeah, I need some like good IG humor. I've been neglecting visiting IG and has been kind of dead for me the past few days. Nothing's wrong with the application itself, it's just a drought of activity. Like we were talking about Forspoken a little bit, but that's about it. There's essentially 3 Discords that I actually like use to chat with people, and then one that's really just networking purposes. Okay, so he enshrouds himself in electricity. I hate when I start like stepping into myself. Come on. Fuck. Fuck this. should have used fire. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong when I level up in this game because I'm so used to having a Final Fantasy 6 or 8 mindset for whatever reason. Even though I don't really play both games that much, man. Last time I played Final Fantasy 6 was in 2019 for one day only, and then another time in 2017 just to test out my copy before giving it to my pops. Like, it's not this game that I'm super heavily invested in. And 8, let's see, I played it in 2004 with a messed up copy. What else? I played it in 2014, and then I reviewed it afterwards. And then I got the port in 2017. Yeah, the PlayStation 3 was retroactively the greatest, like, console just because it's a PlayStation 1 that can run some of the good PlayStation 3 games. The whole dozen of them, I guess. There's one left of you. I'll just get the free alley-oop kill. Alright, I'm gonna head out. You cannot rely on You cannot rely on escapes in a JRPG, man. You will get killed. Whatever, I'll take that. I feel like this is only the second time I've seen him in that state. Normally I'm getting that like crazy. There's one of you left. Alright, now I can put on this and I'll have the best one of the bunch. Yo, hold on. You mean to tell me that doesn't recover your MP to the brink? Or was it because I changed my equipment? That's why I have like less MP. Man, I'd be surprised if that was the case, but I'd also understand completely. I feel like I'm only thinking within the box. On some Roddy Rich. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that exchange, so I don't think that's it. How come when I come up, it's like I get the notification? Is it because of the head turn? This other thing right here, it comes up. I feel like this doesn't take me too long in my previous playthroughs. I played this game when I was 6, like 2001. I played it when I was 18, 2013, 14, 2019, 2020. Neither of the times this took me a while to do, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. How do I get this, like, there you go. Alright, there you go. I'm gonna have to look this up when I do my speedrun thing, because I don't want to deal with this like forgetfulness and incompetency. I've been hugging edges. Besides edges, what do I have? There's one of me left. I feel like he'd say there's none of me left. Hmm. Oh, okay. Alright, I just had to think out of. Okay, so one day a rebel troop. Troop defeated. Alright, let's see. One. So this is actually arbitrary. Like these free matter, but the last one you pick. It's kind of your choice. I prefer saying human. Cliche like that. Peridot. I like this little exchange here. You see, it reminds me of like something you would see as an exchange between Tony Chopper. Or is it gonna cut to CG? I like the vibe check that. The way they outstretched their glowing hand was like a vibe check in general. I think the Lindblums kind of failed their vibe check. It's always tripping. Wanted this epic moment. We'll follow VB. Abaddon from Shin Megami. Oh man, that's some good cleavage. All these one-off locations in Final Fantasy. It's kind of fucked up that we had to say that to him, but I guess it's for his own. Okay, we'll put this on so that she can have some type of offensive capability. I can feel fucking up on me. It's terrible. So yeah, Lindblum is going to be a shell of its from here onwards. Gotta get my Fevery rank up. I wonder, let me talk to you. From Ruby to Zidane. In a terrible time finding actors, I'm willing to take anyone who can read at this point. What was his name? That narcissist from Lindblum. I'd even take him. Get him over to my mini theater. We need to get some business. It's so seeing the term narcissist used in 20 fucking in 2000, I guess, or 90s and 80s. When Lex Luger was called a narcissist, and it wasn't really utilized with like this relationship psychology, dating coaching as like a loaded term now. Used it to describe egomaniacal people kind of obsessed with their own reflections. So guys like me, basically. I find stuff like that kind of entertaining. Pickles scattered everywhere. Someone's gonna be pissed. No! Not the fucking pickle! Just imagine someone just fucking makes a big deal out of like some pickles. This cannot be fucking happening. I like is that Vivi actually looks like a human underneath that hat. Same with the other black mages. Like, they're not just this abyss of blackness underneath. There's a... And it kind of goes with the cartoonish aesthetic. If you did try to remake 9 or even have Vivi in the city as it was kind of showed in a dummied out code, it might not actually be a smart idea to show him as this black blob, which 9's hypothetical remake and animation will probably have him as a black blob, but theoretically he could look like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle, or even a Cabbage Patch Kid underneath all that. He might look kind of cool, he might look unremarkable, it doesn't really matter. He might be an owl-faced guy, you never know. It's kind of like how I don't know what Lulu's shoes look like, and I can only assume based on the fact that she's wearing leggings that she's wearing heels, because she can't be wearing flats or flip-flops with some leggings like that, you know, garter stockings. The idea of seeing Lulu's stockinged toes is super attractive to me. Just knowing what Vivi looks like. There's gonna be fan art of Vivi with his like face, kind of interests me. Kind of like how nowadays when you see Link, you don't picture a dude wearing green with a blob-ish looking hat. You picture a dude wearing blue with blonde layered hair. Okay, so this is kind of like the Alabasta arc in One Piece. deal with the middleman, and he's actually the main source of the problem. I know my. I can just fucking tell. I hear the snap crackle popping and shit like that. I know what's happening. Let me check out how bad it is. Let me check out how bad it is. Let me check out how bad it is. Alright, let's see. Fucking Poseidon's always streaming. What the hell is up with him? Poseidon, Ramen King, they're everyday streamers. Twice a day streamers. I can tell why they're also funneling a lot of YouTube besides, you know, double the revenue. It's also because having to like preserve content would be a pain in the ass. Okay, so this next dungeon is the source of where I get the next 2 trophies. This Alexandrian soldier doesn't look blonde. Is it? Mithril Dagger. What do I have 0 of? I have 0 of the Stardust Rod, so let me put that on. Okay. Oh, Kurt. Full helm. I'll put this on just in case. Okay. This will keep my attrition game going strong as hell. I might need a higher class of weaponry, so... Exploder! It's got... semen-y flavor. so sure. I'm not sure if I'm interested. Terminus boot. I'm ready. Oh. Alright, hold on. Let me see, how do I get this one? Hold on. Ooh, fuck. Do all that shit again. I fucking hate this game, by the way. Have I reminded you guys that I hate this game? It's my fourth. I actually just don't like the series as a whole. This is also a little You see, I messed up this trophy in my 2019 playthrough with one of the next towns. Look at this exposition dump, man. This is brutal. This is what I had at the time. Look at all the ways this game tries to deprive you of a platinum trophy. It's insane, honestly. Alright, well, at least I get to continue this one. Yeah, I really like this game, but just all the like platinum related stuff, because of how easy it is to miss out on content, is just nightmarish, man. I just hated the 79 ATE trophy more than like the other ones. Do we ever fight Lindblum soldiers? I guess not. So we don't know if they really measure up to like even the Pluto Knights from Alexandria. We never fight the Pluto Knights either. We just know that they're a joke compared to frickin' the regular Alexandrian military. Which I guess Alexandria's main military is the equivalent of soldier, and the Pluto Knights are equivalent of like the Shinristic. Think about it, we just fight nothing but elite cavalry from the get-go. I mean, the early game bosses are the Vultses that are nastier than the regular. At least theoretically. Steiner fucking owned the hell out of the second and third one, and the first one solos just by going into trance easily. Walk, walk. The dick sucking noise. Yeah, they just pitched it up. Noise, like. Fellatio noise. Let's go. No, they do have darker hair around here. I guess there's like a unit that has like auburn hair instead. So the officers have darker hair, okay. And they got leggings too. It's the soldiers that are blonde with like bare legs. Just going full on cami. This so he's still on his BS. For now, this will be I'm not gonna be too picky because I actually want to get broke early on. I do get the feeling you're supposed to develop an attachment to these guys. I just never got around to it. Like all these different Mughals and stuff like that, like the one with the pink bra, I guess, the tube top, or Winnie the Pooh shirt. Stilt skin I can mess with. That might be my man's on the low. Okay, so that's the grotto. Hold up, I've been doing the Michael Jackson Thriller pose for a while. Now my arm is numb. Let me adjust my posture. I got fucking Zabi Maru. Alright, I'll use that. Come on. Woo! Okay, hold on. Let's make our way here. It's been a while since we saw these two cats. Come on. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but hey. Let's see what you got. Needle fork. See, Queena has so much physical attack power, but then when I use Queena now with my like 2019 playthrough file, Queena is just straight ass. There's only 3 frogs. I mean, I could probably benefit from that. Like, if I had eaten the last 3 and then these 3, I would have probably got like 16. Done some decent damage. Hey, get as much frogs as you can, because you already know. I need Frog Rock to be like a killer. Well, it's necessitated that Queen has to come with us. Queen has to travel the whole world to find the limits to like culinary cuisine. I like this font though for Fossil Rule. This track is interesting. These like run and fight sequences are the worst. Moving like I got drift. At one point when I was playing the game, as I said before, I did actually have to deal with drift. Let's see how much a frog drop can do. You know, I haven't equipped any of the abilities that I earned. Okay, good movement. Normally I try to fight that thing, but I got no interest. Always busting his ass, man. It's some Lacoste loafers he's rocking with. Okay, well it's Tulsi Gabbard, let's... Have we met before? You remind me of a girl. I hate that type of flirting. I hated this fight when I played it on the PS 2 years ago, because I didn't know how to do group heals, so trying to steal what I could was just a pain in the ass. See, I'm just doing big damage. That's big dick damage. Gladius, alright. It took me forever to get that second steal of my previous playthrough. Let me try to get another steal just because I got so one. Vivi might solo. Alright, let's give it a shot. Era. Look at all these things that I don't use. Okay, so she can actually give you an elemental weakness, like... Alright. I'll wait up. She does next. Okay, so she's pulling out them AoE heals now. AoE spells. Okay, come on. Weave that shit. Come on. Target someone else. Alright, cool. Ooh. Oh wow, she got honkers. Milkies. I hate how we get no AP for certain boss fights. It's just... Just like in that other locale. We got Gargants up in this biatch. Well, in this locale, there's 2 missable trophies, and one thing that if I miss out on, I'll miss out on another trophy, so... Trophy setup work effectively. Okay, so there's a miner. Well, first things first. I got your goods. Came up with his friends. I'm bored, Koopa. I'm so bored I'm going to try finding me inside this cavern. Hint, I'm behind the wall. Okay, so now we got Mog shops. I'll get another one so I can give a number. I like the summons in this game a lot, by the way. Come on. Okay, you OD'd. I didn't know you were gonna be just that nasty with it. Fairy earrings, alright. Before anything else, let me see. Exploda, I got the Gladius. Annoy and Lucky 7 versus Sacrifice and Lucky 7. I think I'll for a little bit. Body temp, absolutely. kind of looping back into my first spoken discussion, we were discussing this, there's a limited appeal or purpose for the isekai genre. It has to lead to some sort of fantasy fulfillment, but since Stranger of Paradise is this isekai that was written by Westerners who aren't, Hollywood writers are not really familiar with, you know, a weeaboo-ass genre like the isekai genre, they didn't know how to pull it off. So we got something that was relatively unimaginative. I think that's a damn shame, but my take on that whole thing is I actually like the idea of, you know, a Westerner Japanese staff to make a Hollywood-flavored JRPG. Its execution was poor because obviously you're going to need a good Hollywood writer, and they didn't get George R.R. Martin. They got Amy Hennig or whatever. So they didn't reach the same lofty heights that Elden Ring got. Alright, I had a feeling I had to take the higher. It feels like I'm neglecting all sorts of development I can make on my character. Queen over for blue magic. Alright, let's see. I'm in a Hollywood-style isekai where you kind of just play as an insufferable person. They say Zoomer speak, but I'd say she speaks more like a millennial than a Zoomer. She's the type of person to say amazeballs and talk about how hard it is to adult. Which is a shameful quality for anyone to have. Whatever. I'm bringing up that cue from the why do Zoomers like Deftones so much video, or how Deftones got so popular with the new generation. Oh, that's right, I can do it like this too. Alright, let's see. Night. I wonder what we'll get for beating that big bird. I say this because I have issues recalling some of this stuff. Alright. Partisan. I'll put on mithril armor again. Alright, there you go. Let's see. Somebody gotta go an alternate route. Oh wow, I feel like I'm going the wrong way. By wrong way, I mean I'm going the right way, which... Come on, game. You know I don't want that. What you got? So that's one trophy I got out the way. I feel like I'm a barber doing a lineup. Okay, come on. Hell no. Okay. There. Not gonna make me do all these crazy pauses, fuck up my controller. I'm not gonna waste my potion. I gotta get these trophies. Let me charge my thing up. I'm almost done with content. Okay. So I gotta exchange another potion. I feel like I'm a barber. Maybe I'll do it like this. Alright. This is not fun at all, by the way, but This is what I'm torturing myself with. Alright. How many potions am I using up? Not enough that I have to actually worry about that. Come on. Come on. Alright, hold on. There's a package I have to go and get. I got 2 pounds of fucking crack I need to procure. Like it. I'm about to scope some shit. Okay, let me mix it up. This is like the hot and cold mini game. Except not as fun. Which is a has so much fucking... Y'all should call me... This is a grindy ass minigame. Or... a trophy. Okay, so sometimes I get the thing. There you... So, alright, now that I've saved all that, let me take a look at my trophy percentage. Because I just got 2 trophies today. 71%, so none of them really raised percentage to any noticeable degree. It's all been highly mediocre. Killers. Alright, let's see. Woo! Okay, so I missed out on a couple of treasures, but whatever. Let me see. Open world, Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, straight like that. Ladybug. Let me not accidentally hit the shoulder button, so I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change my hand posture, or okay. Ability rod, and then I can switch to this. I'll have to go back to my old stream to see if I got the other thing over and done with. The second friendly monster. But with that said, this playthrough I only need 8 more trophies, and then I kind of succeeded with all my goals for this playthrough, besides of course beating the game and fighting Ozma and, you know, the super boss. That type of fun stuff. But that's kind of a secondary goal for me. I mean, I'm not gonna finish this game until I accomplish both of those things. But the reason I said play this game and stream it was ultimately so that I can get some content out of the laborious effort that is playing this game. Effectively, and trying to get all these trophies. Anyway, head downstairs before I start blogging, essentially. Alright. I'm back. I got a text message from my mom that I noticed that said that there were like packages outside and I had to get them. They could have gotten soaked in the rain. Not really, because the Porsche has a roof to it. But depending on how they place the item, I guess it could get wet if it's not dropped off at the Porsche. Porch like it's a fucking vehicle. No, porch. The part of the house. See, I am dangerously close to the part of the game where I actually messed up when it came to completing the 79 ATE trophy thing. So I'm gonna check really quickly to see how many trophies I got left in this playthrough. It's 8 really, but I just wanna enjoy how clean it looks now. Eight trophies for this playthrough, one that's going to take another playthrough in the platinum itself. I'm a happy camper, man. I don't know what else to say. One silver, 2 golds. Pretty soon we're going to be able to do things like play Final Fantasy Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. That's going to be the next game on my list. Hell, I might even be able to get Valkyrie Profile in said time. So those are all good things to look forward to. I want to take a piss break. Let me actually do that. I'm just checking to see what's left on the itinerary for Disc 2's section. 1, 2, 3. Surprisingly, not that much stuff. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I think I could be done with this by the end of the week. I thought it would take me maybe like next week, but you never know with how things can play off. Early next week is a safety, but it seems like I'm at pace to really just wrap up the first half of the game, which is a good thing, because the second half of the game is where the combat really starts to come through anyway, and I can be unyoked if I play things correctly of all these stresses. This has been your boy, Mr. Wonka7. Thank you guys for watching, and Oxameik de Kupa.